Welcome to She Sweets Podcast with your host, yours truly, Jody Hood. This is the place where She Sweet executives share and compare unfiltered realities that will never face. We laugh, we cry, we thrive, and we survive. Now, today's topic is going to be simply this. You can be a bomb CEO and a bomb mom too. And yes, the two can be correct at the same time, and it is not an oxymoron. Let me tell you this story. The other day, my son, Mark J.P. Hood, who is a producer and star of a hit show that's running right now on BET Plus called Churchy, was having a conversation with me. And many times I look at my son and I just look at him in awe to see his stamina, his perseverance and tenacity. And for those of you who know, working in Hollywood is not an easy task. You have to have thick skin, and especially for children of color, you have to go through a whole lot to land a role in Hollywood. There are a million no's before you get that yes. So we were talking about his new job as producer and actor, and his boss who gave him the opportunity, who's also a young up and coming a superstar, Kev on stage. And my son said to me, "Mom, I tell the entire crew, don't say anything negative about my boss to me. I often remind them," he said, "if I'm sitting here, don't talk about my boss because I will tell." And sometimes they get to flapping off and he'll say, "Did you forget I was sitting here?" And I said, "That is so commendable, Mark." And he said, "Well, Mom, I do that because of you. I saw firsthand how important it is to have people on your team that are loyal and people on your team who have your back. It makes your job so much easier." And he went on to say how the leader will have the vision, and sometimes there are vision killers and dream killers, and they're on the job and they can tell you, "I wouldn't do it this way, I would do it that way," and they have never done anything productive in their life. So he said, "Mom, I know the struggles of being leaders and the hardship." He said, "So I am number one fan for my leader." After I thought about that, I thought about all of the sleepless nights and the guilt that I had raising my son and my other two children, because they have always known their mom to work. And it's because I wanted to. And I was always a hard worker. I mean, I got my doctorate when he was 3. So, being a mom of a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, hey, something had to give. Thank God that my village was awfully supportive. But you still, as a mom, you still feel a little bit of guilt. You couldn't make all of the field trips. You couldn't make all of the play dates. But I thank God, after talking with him, I had to pat myself on the back and say, "You know what? In spite of all of the negatives that I felt, I raised a darn good kid." So that leads me to our podcast topic today. You can be a bomb CEO and a bomb mom too. Let me tell you how. Now, this is going to be a very quick podcast, so hurry up, run, get your pen, paper, pencils, or take notes on your phone. But I'm going to tell you, if you are especially a CEO and you have young children, hey, you do not have to feel guilty. You can be both. As I said, it's not an oxymoron. So first, let me release this myth, and I've been hearing about this because when I was younger and my kids were younger, everybody was talking about, you have to have work-life balance, and I still get it. You can't be heavy on one thing and let the other fall, or let something else fall, or because you're heavy on something else. But the new philosophy, or the new belief, is there's no perfect 50-50 split. Well, we knew that when they were talking about balance, but now, you have all of the pundits out there like, there's no such thing as a 50-50. Okay, so we'll buy that, right? So no. So now the mindset is think about integration. So not a perfect 50-50 integration. So sometimes work will demand more of you, and we know this, and sometimes family will demand more. But what matters is about being intentional. And I can tell you from my story, it rarely was it 50-50. But whenever or whoever needed me at that time, I was able to develop and to devote all of my time to who needed me most. And it worked out for me. So again, you just got to be intentional. Now, one thing is quality over quantity. And again, I was like, oh, I couldn't go on all of the field trips. And sometimes my kids would tell you never went on our field trips. But let me tell you something. And this is true. Your children will remember your presence more than the number of hours or more than the number of field trips or the number of PTA meetings. This is what you can do if you have young children right now. A consistent bedtime routine, a Saturday breakfast tradition, or even 5 minutes of daily check-ins creates anchors in their memory. It sure did for mine. And you can also model leadership at home. As a CEO, you're already demonstrating resilience, problem solving, and vision, which I was doing unbeknownst to me. I didn't know my kids were paying attention, but yes, I was demonstrating that to them and they were picking up on it. Let me tell you something. When you let your children see those qualities, they learn by what? Example. Share age appropriate stories about challenges you face and how you work through them. And I would do that all the time. They can tell you probably so many stories of what was happening at the job and how we had to work through it and problem solve. Now, build your village. As I said, my village was really, really strong and supportive, but no CEO leads alone. So you can't mom it alone either. Whether it's your spouse, your grandparents, your in-laws, your trusted friends, or even sometimes hired help, you have to lean on your support system and don't feel guilty. It's not a weakness, but that's being wise. You know what else you have to do? You have to prioritize presence, not perfection. You don't have to be at every event, as I just said, but when you are there, be there. Put that phone away. Listen, laugh, and look in on your kids. Those are the moments that shape children into confident, secure adults. So in my closing, folks, I say to my fellow She-Suites, you are not just building companies, you're building legacies. Your children don't need a perfect mom, but they sure as heck need a present and purposeful one. And the truth is, the very skills that make you a great CEO can also make you a phenomenal mother. So here's the truth. You can be a bomb CEO and a bomb mom too. So you know what I'm about to do, people. What am I about to say? What do I want you to do? I want you to like me on where? Facebook. I want you to connect with me on LinkedIn and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Dr. Jody Easterling Hood. Luckily, I'm also on Spotify, Amazon, iHeart, Deezer. You can listen 24/7. Just type in She-Suites Podcast with Jody Hood. Let me tell you, it is a pleasure bringing these little sweet nuggets to you. And when you check me out on Facebook and you see the recording, how about sharing it with your friends? For the last couple of times, I reached over 1,000 views. So I couldn't do that without you. So I want to say thank you. So what are we going to do, She-Suites? We are going to keep walking the walk and we're going to keep talking the talk. And what's our message for the men in the suite? C-suite men, the She-Suites are coming at you. Until next week, folks.
She-Suite, we come, they retreat. These women top notch, they vibe is elite. Yeah, they walk in the walk, talk in the talk. They some real boss ladies, they done paid the cost, baby. Now they going off crazy. Yeah, She-Suite, coming at you straight from the C-Suite. Real talk, we don't need nothing phony. It's for the girls, yeah, for the G's only.